Good morning. Microsoft founder Bill Gates appeared before a House committee yesterday, revealing shocking new details about his relationship with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. For the first time, Gates admitted that Epstein attempted to blackmail him over extramarital affairs. Gates testified voluntarily before the House Investigation Committee in Washington, saying he hoped his testimony would help achieve justice for the victims. The tech billionaire's name appeared more than 2,600 times in Justice Department files related to Epstein that were released late last year. What emerged from yesterday's closed-door session paints a disturbing picture of how Epstein operated among the world's elite. Gates acknowledged he knew Epstein had run into trouble with the law when they first met, but claimed he wasn't fully aware of the extent of Epstein's crimes. This admission is significant because their relationship began in 2011, 3 years after Epstein's first conviction for soliciting prostitution from a minor. Let's be clear about the timeline here. In 2008, Epstein struck a controversial plea deal in Florida that allowed him to serve just 18 months under lenient conditions. He could leave jail for 12 hours daily and was released after 13 months for good behavior. This sweetheart deal spared him federal charges that could have meant life in prison. So when Gates began meeting with Epstein in 2011, he was dealing with a known sex offender. Gates now says this was a terrible mistake and that he should never have met with Epstein. But why did he do it in the first place? According to Gates' testimony, it was about money for philanthropy. Despite his estimated net worth of $104 billion, Gates said he needed additional donors for his health and education projects. Epstein, who had connections to wealthy individuals, promised to help Gates find new contributors. But here's where the story takes a darker turn. Gates revealed that after he ended contact with Epstein in 2014, realizing no new donors were materializing, Epstein began trying to blackmail him. The convicted sex offender knew about Gates' extramarital affairs and threatened to expose them unless Gates resumed their relationship. Investigation documents released earlier contained disturbing email drafts where Epstein claimed he arranged meetings between Gates and Russian girls who allegedly infected Gates with sexually transmitted diseases. Epstein also claimed he procured medicine for Gates and that Gates tried to secretly give his then-wife, Melinda, antibiotics to protect her from infection. Gates has admitted to affairs with 2 Russian women but denies all other allegations. The stress of these revelations may have contributed to his divorce from Melinda in 2021 after 27 years of marriage. Melinda Gates told National Public Radio in February that she was glad to be away from all that dirt. During yesterday's hearing, committee members had mixed reactions to Gates' testimony. Democratic Representative Raja Krishnamurthy called Gates not particularly communicative and open and said he appeared a bit combative. However, fellow Democrat Robert Garcia described Gates as cooperative. Republican Tim Burchett called the session very intense and praised Gates' preparation. Importantly, Gates maintains he never visited Epstein's island, ranch, or Florida home, and emphatically stated, "I never abused anyone." No criminal wrongdoing is being alleged against Gates in connection with the Epstein investigation. This testimony sheds new light on how Epstein operated among powerful men, using a combination of philanthropic promises and personal leverage to maintain relationships. Representative Emily Randall observed that many men who had contact with Epstein seemed to only see what they wanted to see. The full transcript of Gates' testimony will be released in the coming days, which may reveal additional details about this troubling chapter in the Epstein saga. If this story matters to you, hit subscribe and the bell so you never miss the German perspective. Now tell me, what's your take? Drop it in the comments.